viewers! Today I'm going to do a book review with you, and the book is called How to Look Expensive. So I found this book I think a year ago or so. It's written in English, of course. It is by Andrea Pomerantz Lustig. I will put the name and the link for the book below. And I found it is a very, very valuable book. Maybe it is also something for you, especially if you aim to look expensive, to look classy, and just need inspiration or even handout for that. Because I have to say that although this book is not that thick, it has lots of valuable information in it. First of all, it starts with 4 types basically. It doesn't just say you have to wear this and you have to need to have this side in order to look expensive or to look elegant and classy. It gives you 4 archetypes, I would say, based on a specific style. Of course, there is a lot of in between and it can be mixed, but there are 4 main styles, expensive styles. And then the author gives examples of celebrities representing the particular elegance styles. For example, I will show you. So there is this expensive look, as it is called, and there's a lot of nice pictures. It's really made very nice to read. There are also many examples in it. So we have those 4 styles, or 4 basic types of elegance, of looking expensive. And the author here, for example, gives the name the Park Avenue Pretty, which is basically the rather classic elegant style. And as an example, the most known representative among the celebrities would be Kate Middleton, Gwyneth Paltrow, or maybe Charlotte from Sex and the City. So you already have an idea. It's the more classic, a more conservative, even a bit royal, expensive style. And many women think this is the only expensive style and you have to look like royal in order to look expensive. And according to the author, there are different styles that all have their own expensive look to it, high caliber. And another one is, for example, the so-called Hollywood boho style. So this would be the second type, and the representatives of this type are Taylor Swift, who else? Kate Hudson, Nicole Richie. So this is a rather boho look. It is a different kind of expensive. Then the third one is called globetrotter. I would describe it as the fashionista traveling style. The representatives here are, for example, Angelina Jolie, Kate Winslet, and also Giselle Bündchen, Miranda Kerr, Kate Moss. Glamorous style, but it's still very laid back, not as classic, elegant as the first style. And then we have the 4th one, which the author called modern movie star. And this is really the glam style. So that reminds you of Hollywood, of old Hollywood, a very feminine style. We have Reese Witherspoon as a representative, or also Penelope Cruz, Jennifer Lopez, Eva Longoria. So all those women that are glamorous, that have red lips, that like to wear red lips, that represent this Hollywood glamour. The whole book revolves around those 4 main styles, and we have sections about the hair. What haircut is the most expensive looking, independently of the money you pay for it. So it's more about the style, not how much it costs, but also there are suggestions for products for the hair, of course, later on products for the skin, products for makeup, and you always have a version that is not so expensive and a luxury version, and this is what I really like. And first of all, I will show you an example of the haircuts, and then always the celebrities with the same haircut, so that you have an example, the description on what to tell to your hairdresser. There are instructions on how to give you a nice blow dry, on how to make a nice elegant ponytail, what accessories are the best, what products. As I said, there are really all kinds of products, and then you always have both options. You have the save and you have the splurge. So depending on how much money you want to spend on a product or something, you can decide to get the inexpensive or the more expensive item if you are interested in buying something. I mean, this book is not a selling book, but it has a lot of ideas and a lot of inspiration. It also gives examples for products. Then throughout the book you always have examples with pictures, which I find very nice, of celebrities that have the same the look or the makeup or the haircut, whatever. So I find that really attractive. It's always divided into those 4 types. After the hair section comes the skin section, and it talks about what makes skin look expensive. Of course, clear skin looks expensive, glowy skin looks expensive, healthy, better said, and there are lots of ideas and of course product suggestions for the different skin types and for different skin issues. Also, what we find here are many interviews with experts from, for example, beauty, from the beauty sector. So they also talk about topics around beauty. There are also instructions for makeup according to your type, of course, or according to the type that you want to represent or maybe represents you the best. Whether it is more the classic, expensive, elegant type or the glam globetrotter. In the end of each section there is always kind of resume, and here it's about makeup, and it says makeup that makes you look like you don't have a dime and makeup that makes you look like $1 million. And then you have the examples here, which is really, really interesting. Also here they have budgets. That means if you have $500 to spend, get this. If you have $20 to spend, get this. So those are the suggestions and examples for the products that you could invest in order to get this expensive look. And then there is almost the last section, which goes about teeth, about toes, about nails, etc., which is of course also important in the look. And then also about perfumes, and in the end you can also, there are even those nice drawings of perfumes or of products, and in the end you can also choose a perfume that is suggested. Of course there are other perfumes as well, but there are certain fragrances that are suggested for the type that you would like to represent or that you are the most similar to. So for example, for the Park Avenue Pretty, which is the classic elegant type, they suggest Dior, Miss Dior, or J'adore, Chanel Chance ou Tendre, for example. And then in contrast to that, Glam Globetrotter, which is the more fashionista style and a bit more natural laid back, they suggest Cherry Mugler Alien or Tom Ford Violet Blonde, for example. So of course these are just suggestions, and you don't have to follow all of this, but I have found lots of good advice in this book, and not only suggestions on and instructions on how to put yourself together and what products to use, but also little tips and tricks you don't always know, and in this book they are all bundled. For example, when to apply your perfume, what to do when you apply too much without going to the shower, etc. And then in the end you have tips with regard to the wardrobe and how to make your wardrobe look expensive. what to spend on, what to pay attention to. They even put links and names of shops, of websites for 25 US dollars. This is quite a lot of value that you get. I must say I really enjoyed reading this book, and from time to time I look inside and I remind myself of something that I read, and it even inspired me to buy certain products that I'm still using. For example, there was one product that the author talks about many times, and it is the highlighter Orgasm by NARS. And she praised it so much that I finally got it, and I must say it's really, really nice, and I'm also using it for a long time already. So who knows, maybe you will find your favorite product with this book, or you will just learn some nice tricks and tips on how to look expensive. So this was my book review of this nice lifestyle book for women, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and see you soon.